Iron in the Soul.
What's up, YouTube? This is Iron in the Soul, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. Also, for those of you who are new, please follow me over on Instagram at The King Jabez, as well as TikTok, King Jabez 22, where I upload content there as well. Let's dive into a deep topic today, subject, and that is mind control. Mind control is something that is really a relevant topic in today's world. Always has been, but we just really see it so strongly more and more day by day. And you can't really look at the media and the culture, music, movies, our messengers, without really understanding the truth concerning mind control. Now, you know me, I come from a biblical perspective, and so from a biblical perspective, there are demons that are masters of mind control. When we think about spiritual warfare, often in the animal kingdom, for example, the animal kingdom is used often to be a parallel to the demonic kingdom in our study of spiritual warfare and deliverance. So what do I mean by that? The animal kingdom, when you study this with discernment, can give you some insight and wisdom into the demonic realm. For example, the ostrich, which is referred to in Job 39, verse 13 through 17. It refers to a spirit or the type of person that really turns a blind eye to the suffering of others. You have the leech that's mentioned in Proverbs 30. And a leech refers to an individual, a woman or man, that consistently comes around to take what you have. They're takers. They'll take money, they'll take knowledge, they'll take your time. Whatever you give them, they have that leash demon, and they literally just suck the life out of you. And when you are a person of influence, whether that be through your wealth or through your wisdom or war or whatever it may be, you will attract that leech demon. And then you have the snake. Of course, it talks about those who are deceptive and those who will lie and to deceive to get their own way. Those who turn on you. And so various animals are used as a teaching to give insight into the demonic realm. You have, for example, the hyena. The hyena is a representation of an unclean spirit, and this talks about or gives insight into sexual immorality. Those who are, think about a hyena. A hyena is ugly. A hyena has vicious jaws, and it speaks of the lies and the venom that comes out of the mouth of certain men, of certain women, in order to participate in sexual sin. And so you have that hyena spirit, very wild, very aggressive. And that is something we see so openly now in today's world society, in our modern culture. And then you have what's referred to as the wild ass. And I see these type of people in society all the time. These people are just out of control. And this is based on Job 39 and verse 5. People who are just wild and kind of crazy. And they're out here. They're like wild donkeys, just kicking people in the face. Basically just in your way. People who can hurt you. People who are rash. People who are just impulsive. Just wild donkeys, a wild ass that cannot be taught, that cannot be trained. There are some people who are not teachable. There are some people who are just out of control. And so you can tell just from this teaching so far, the various animals in the animal kingdom can give you great insight into human nature, but also on a deeper level into the demonic realm or the demonic kingdom. Why is this so important to understand mind control? Well, as I said, mind control is definitely something that is a very powerful form of spiritual warfare. Mind control can manifest through many ways. It could be through music. It could be through the demonic meditation. You have a spiritual meditation, and then you have a demonic meditation. Reading certain books, drugs, alcohol, corn. I'm gonna use almost said the word out loud, but I don't want to bring any damage to my channel. Corn addiction, you know what that stands for? That is definitely a sign of mind control. When you are so out of control as a man, you cannot control yourself sexually on any level, even for a week or two. And so you think about mind control, it is pictured in a demonic kingdom, or it resembles an octopus. And you know how an octopus has the tentacles, right? This is a symbol of how they cover the mind. Think about this, peep game. The tentacles of an octopus is like a symbol of spiritual warfare, where it covers the mind, and this can lead to headaches. This can lead to insanity. This can lead to mental illness. And then even in some cases of those who are just overly intellectual. The type of person you ever talk to somebody, you just cannot talk to them. They will overtalk you. They will start going into these long rants about just random stuff. They're under mind control too. Okay? Mind control isn't just crazy people. Sometimes it's these people who are just overly intellectual. These degree freaks. You know what I mean? And so there are various ways a person, a man or woman, could be under mind control. And let me say this. There are agencies, okay, that specialize in controlling the mind. Because everyone understands, especially those who are in power, the powers to be, understand if you control the mind, you control the person. This is why these agencies, these agents, spend so much money in producing a movie. They spend so much money to push and to pump certain music videos, certain music artists. Why is that? They understand they can condition the mind to think how they want you to think through television, through movies, and through music. And so these are very powerful means of getting to your mind, right? And they control the way you think. Why do you think it's, you know, in my opinion, this whole idea of having Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix, that's mind control. Why in the world would we have someone like this even talking about this person, right? And you had people dressing up like him on Halloween just a couple days ago. This shows you the level of demonization that people are under right now. When you have people who want to dress up like a man who was eating people, what does that tell you? We live in a society where there's a culture being created and fostered of psychopaths, sociopaths, crazy people who are under satanic, demonic mind control. Am I making this clear enough? And so mind control, this gives a person the ability to control the minds of others, right? Why do you think they, you know, I almost said it out loud. I'm speaking it directly. I'm going to just keep saying agents. And you can use your own discernment. If you want to talk about this in private, message me on IG. We can talk about this. But there are agents who specialize, I want you to get this, in conditioning the mind, especially of the young generation, especially the youth. They target you all aggressively. Most television shows, music, movies, the entire culture for the most part is geared towards the 18 to 34-year-old demographic, okay? That's who follows me. My channel is primarily guys 18 to 34. That is who the culture targets. That is who they market. That is who they want to buy the music. That's who they want to buy the clothes. Come on now, that's who they want to listen to the movies. And this is why they present these young women to you all the time. This is why they're over there on Twitch. They are targeting you, okay? You are a target, young man. You hear me? They want your mind. And so you are being controlled through music. You are being controlled through the movies you watch. Now, this isn't to say, because I don't want you to go to a stream and say, okay, Iron Soul, saying we can't watch movies and listen to music. You know I'm not saying that, because I listen to music all the time, and I also watch movies. So I'm not saying that. I'm telling you to really be conscious of what you watch. Okay, you can always take it to one extreme. I'm not saying go to the extreme of everything is bad. I don't think like that. We can use discernment. We can use the common sense and brain God gave us, okay? But I'm just teaching you something here, what's really going on. And the reason this is so important is this that simple. You know, when an evil spirit can control your thoughts, they can defeat you as a person. It's that simple. As a man thinks in his heart, you can finish this for me, so is he. And so when your mind isn't right, this can lead to migraine headaches. This can eventually lead to mental illness. There are a lot of people out here right now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a psychologist, but just based on how the way people are carrying themselves on social media, some of these people are mentally ill. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the stuff people say and do and how they carry themselves openly and publicly day by day, they are mentally ill and just they haven't been diagnosed yet. They haven't been to a psychologist, but it's off, right? They have an off spirit. Something about them is just not right, right? And when the mind is attacked, attacking the mind is really an attack against the call and order of God against your life. Every person has a purpose. And as I've said before, we ought to put our purpose over pleasure. But when you put pleasure over your purpose, this places you under a level of mind control where you can't think straight. You can't make proper decisions. And this is something that is so important for you as a man. You need to be able to think. You need to be able to be decisive. You don't want to be double-minded. There are so many things you can do as a man to keep you from being double-minded. You know, when you have self-respect, this helps you to fight against being double-minded, taking care of yourself, brushing your teeth properly, you know, washing your face twice a day, going to the gym, eating a decent diet, drinking your water every day. This helps your mind. What you eat and how you carry yourself on a physical level will definitely affect the way you think as a man. You have to be truthful, trustworthy, be an honorable person. When you have honor, this helps you to fight against being double-minded and confused. So many people in our world today don't have honor. They don't have respect. It's all about themselves. They dishonor people. They're disrespectful, condescending, arrogant. That's mind control. When you're not under satanic mind control, you have respect for people who deserve respect. You know how to show honor. You know how to honor a person's position if you're at a certain job or work. You know how to respect a person's talent or their gifts. So you have an appreciation for the blessings you have. You're grateful. A person who's under mind control is not grateful. They're very entitled. You know, we have people out here today that are so entitled, ungrateful, you know what I mean? Act like people owe them something. Listen, in this world, no one owes you anything. No one owes you anything. And so when someone gives you something as a gift, whatever it be, if it's something as small as a piece of gum, say thank you, right? Don't be the type of person that when someone gives you something, it's no big deal. Everything someone gives you from the kindness of their heart is something you should receive with gratitude. And gratitude is a sign of character. You want to be a man who has character. You don't want to be this, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You don't want to just be this jerk off guy. You know what I mean? That no one likes, don't know how to talk to people. People hate to have you around. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Show some respect. You want to go forward in life, want some wisdom, you want to go forward, you want to prosper, show some honor. Honor brings you honor. Okay, write that down if you're taking notes. When you show honor, you receive honor. The scripture is clear, man. You reap what you sow. Okay, that's what the scripture calls it. Some people call it karma. I won't get into all that. It don't matter which word you want to use. But the bottom line is the energy you put out there, okay, that's reality. That's what you get back. So when you are disrespectful, that's what's coming back to you. If you are arrogant, that's what's coming back to you. If you are kind, that's coming back to you. If you're respectful, that's coming back to you. When you show honor, honor will come back to you. And so when you begin to show honor and have a purity about yourself and a holiness about yourself, a faith and a devotion, when you have that righteousness about yourself, that's what I'm trying to say. When you are a righteous man, that will help you to control the way you think. I will say in closing to kind of give you some wisdom to wrap this up as to how to go about controlling your mind. I will say sometimes it's wise to go on a detox from certain music, television for a while. You think about fasting. Fasting isn't just from food. Sometimes it's good to go on a media fast. It may be wise for you from time to time to take a break from social media. You know what I mean? Even if it's for a week or two, just to clear your mind and to get yourself right. Why do you think when it's time for the playoffs, LeBron James gets off social media? Because he understands that this is a distraction. I have a goal over the next, 1 to 4 months. My objective is to win a ring, period, right? That's called focus. And so sometimes it's wise, guys, to remove all distractions. Be conscious of what you listen to. Be conscious of who you watch. This is what's conditioning your mind, and your mind will eventually lead to the type of decisions you make. I would say on a spiritual level, it's good to take oil, and if you are a believer, to anoint the sides of your temple and the front of your head, which is a symbol of where your mind is at, obviously, and begin to pray over yourself. There's something called self-deliverance. So I would say I do this from time to time. I literally take oil. You say, are you old school like that? I'm old school like that. I go to church for myself. I take oil. You hear me? I take oil, and I anoint my forehead, the sides of my temple, and I pray in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. I pray for deliverance. I pray for clarity of thought. I pray for freedom in my thinking. This is how I talk when I'm praying to God. Right? I'm trying to give you some free knowledge, some free game. And I begin to do self-deliverance. Why? Because I realize that there are constant darts from Lucifer that come at your mind. Listen to me. We're all having mind battles every single day. I don't care who you are. And so this is so important that you begin to pray, and not just pray, but also put into action practical steps. Read good books. Listen to content like this and other content creators. Feed your mind so that you can make better decisions. You know what I mean? Watch podcasts, take a course. There are so many ways you can condition your mind the right way. And so it's important that you understand how important your mental diet is. That's what I'm trying to say, your mental diet. I know it'll come to me eventually. Your mental diet is just as important as your physical diet, right? When you eat good food, what happens? You become healthy. You become stronger. You can think clear. That's your physical diet. But in terms of your mental diet, when you feed your mind the right things, books, commentary, music, your thought process, This will help you to break the shackles of mind control and to think clearly. This is your brother Iron the Soul. Thanks for listening to this video. God bless. Peace.